Hello and welcome to Ashes and Influence. Tonight we're talking about something a lot of grown women pretend they're above, but somehow still find themselves in the situationships. Not a relationship, not casual, not committed, just vibes and confusion with occasional affection. Now, when you're 22, let's see where it goes feels adventurous. But when you're a grown woman with bills, boundaries, and a calendar that stays booked, that phrase starts to sound a little bit different. Because at
Mhm.
some point, you have to ask yourself, am I exploring connection or am I volunteering for emotional overtime with no benefits? This is Ashes and Influence. And tonight, we're asking a real question. Why are grown women still finding themselves in situationships? And what are we actually getting out of them?
Mhm.
Ooh, Chile. We
Yes,
are here. It is Sunday Fun Day. Um,
Sunday. Day.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A very exciting weekend for me. My daughter and my grandkid was in town, are in town. They are
Mhm.
in town. We had some good outing time yesterday. Today they got me in the kitchen. I feel bamboozled, for the simple fact of this is probably the last time I cooked, the second time
Mhm.
I cooked within a 2-week period.
They got you.
I feel like I was bamboozled. I was bamboozled. How are you, Miss Symphony?
I'm good. I'm good, Rhythm. It's been a nice weekend for me as well. Got to get outside and take on a couple of adventures. Tried a couple of new eateries out in the Austin area. Also
Hmm,
got an opportunity to have a private sitting with a perfumist who taught me all about scents and different aromas that go together and map together and what doesn't go together. And I got to make my own perfume
very nice, very
entitled
nice.
Symphony by Talea.
Clock that! I love it. I love
Yes.
it.
It smells so good. I loved it. Like the whole experience was just a vibe. It was like a 2-hour class, and she puts all these different oils on these different tabs. And it's crazy how I layered the different scents that I like.
Mhm.
And I was like she has you like bringing them towards your face so that you can smell them. And I'm like, I don't really care for that. And she took one note and put it behind the others and waved it again, and it smelled completely different.
That
So
is
I'm like, I
sweet.
like this. I like this. There. Let's make that. Let's make
So
that.
is it oil-based or is it like perfume?
No, this wasn't oil based. So
Okay.
she said if you want to, you can, put on a body oil and then spray that perfume
Yeah.
oil and
Yeah.
it'll last like a oil based perfume
Good stuff. Good
or
stuff.
perfume. Yeah.
So I ahead of this conversation, I want to go over a conversation that I had in the lounge this weekend. Y'all know
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna always find time for a lounge evening. This weekend was no different. So I'm
Mhm.
in the lounge with the usual suspects this past Friday night. But I had been sent a video earlier in the week of
Mhm.
the gentleman, I think his name is Jamal Woolard. He is the chap that played the Notorious B.I.G. and the
Okay.
Biopic,
Mhm.
and he was having a conversation with 2 other Black women and basically going through his experiences dating Black women and also telling them the reasoning why he chooses not to date Black women, right?
Mhm.
So
Mm.
originally, I see the video. I'm pissed because I don't care who you date, I don't care who you love, but don't do it on my back.
Yeah.
Don't I don't because or black
Right.
or I
Right.
don't care who you love, I don't care
Right.
who you date, but don't do it on my back.
Yeah. Don't say it's because of me.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So they say, watch the video again and listen to what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I went back, watched the video again, and tried to be a little bit more open to
Mm-hmm.
hearing him. And he talked about mentality. He talked about, um, you know, the money grab, wanting to be a sugar baby. He talked about, like, I'm a person outside of what you know about me.
Mm-hmm.
Why, as a person, am I not worthy to get to know? Why, as a person, am I only worthy for what I can do for you?
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, like, in Indian cultures and Latina X cultures, that is not his experience.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting to know him and getting to like him for him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when he engages with black women, it's always about the five-star restaurant, the bags, the money. So I had to digest that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There was always accountability, even if it's not individual, sometimes it's a little group accountability that you
Mm-hmm.
have to take. I am never interested in dating, marrying, sleeping, anything other than black men.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I feel the plight because if I look at it on the flip side, there are so many conversations with black women who say what their experiences are like dating black men,
Mm-hmm.
where almost maybe they're saying the same thing. You don't want to get to know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're interested in what I can do for you with my body, how it may be possible for you to get in my head, manipulate by lying,
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't mean me no good.
Mm-hmm.
So, a Serena who goes out and marries Alex, or and so I'm always speaking from my point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now
Right.
I'm back in the lounge conversation, and they're like, these women, some women don't wanna do anything. They are not interested in tables at all because they as long as you bring the table, the chairs, go out, kill, hunt, they okay with you doing that.
Right.
But friend, their position is like, "I'm not asking you to for anything financial. Like,
Uh-huh.
take completely off the table. Who are
Mm-hmm.
you? Why don't I get to see you?" And
Right.
then cooking came up. They was like, "But Rhythm, they don't even cook. Like, that is the bare minimum."
Yeah.
Because they believe that they belong in five-star Michelin territory
Mm-hmm.
versus creating an intimacy between a person that you're getting to know by let's cook together or let me cook for you or
Yeah.
it's basically they're saying they're basic.
Yeah.
Feed me, fuck me.
Right. Right.
You can have anything you want from me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I had a conversation with my kid's father last night, and he said the less a woman asks for, the more she gets.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I had to sit with that.
Right.
And so when I'm telling them, I'm like, "But y'all, I cook. I do all of these things." He's
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, but you are the exception and not the rule."
I get that all the time. I get that all the time.
He say, "Look at your friend group." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can look at as we've all been married,
Uh-huh.
currently are married.
Mhm.
So our significant others are getting these things that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's not fair." He like, "Okay, move out of your girlfriend circle. Think of the average woman."
Mhm.
And so when I had to sit with that, and I don't like a white woman to have a upper hand, but fair is fair, right is right, and
Right,
wrong
right,
is
right,
wrong.
right.
We are living in a time where wallets, and it's not even. It used to be, "What have you done for me lately?"
Mhm.
Right? That used to be the mentality, and
Mhm.
now the mentality is, "What can you do for me now?" And then
Right.
the next minute, what can you do for me now? Like, I don't, it's a taker's atmosphere,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nobody wants to give.
Right. Right.
So I decided ahead of coming into this conversation that I would try not to speak for me in
Mhm.
conversation. I want to broaden my viewpoint. I want to broaden my responses and my reactions.
Mhm.
And I can be held accountable if I'm not doing that. Tell me, Rhythm, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about you.
Right.
And that's what I want for this show.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Men and women get together. Nobody has a direction of what they want. They are meeting, they are greeting, they are getting into what we now affectionately coin as a situationship. These are not young women.
Mm-mm.
I cannot speak for the young woman. I mean, I
Right.
guess I could speak for me as a young woman, but I can't speak for the young women in this space today. But these are women our age going into situationships. Um, and listen, some are satisfied. Some women
Mhm.
are not looking for a relationship. Some women are
Right.
looking for a companion, somebody that they can hang out with,
Right.
um, someone they can even get to know. Like they're interested in knowing that person.
Mhm.
When you start to define, when we start to get into definitions, they're not interested in that.
Yeah. Not interested in commitment, not interested in titles,
Mm-mm.
labels or anything like that. Just, you know, maybe they don't even have the space for it, in their lives at that moment. They're, more focused on careers or starting businesses or, other activities or whatever. So they really don't have, the capacity to have a serious relationship or
Mhm.
be looking down the road at a commitment where it's so intentional that we're thinking about getting married or I'm marrying, I'm dating to marry or something like that, that they're just not in that space at the moment.
Hmm.
I
And
get
then,
that.
and then you have the women who will encounter a gentleman, and that gentleman will lay his game down quite flat. Like, I'm out here to have fun. I am not looking for anything serious. I want
Mhm.
very, very low pressure. And they'd be like, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We could
And,
do that.
and you'll say that. I've heard them say it out of their own mouth. Say it.
And
And
there's
I'm
no further from the truth because they want to be in relationship. They want to be coupled. They
absolutely.
want to be loved.
Yeah. Yeah. But they
And
think that if I say this now, I can change his mind later, or I can be so good to him, during this situationship that he gonna want to wife me or he gonna want to make a commitment to me, and that's the delusion.
okay, as long as we name delusion, as long as we name delusion, because it's got to be named.
It's gotta be named. If you're honest with yourself, you'll name it that because
Hmm.
that's what it is. You
And what
know,
happens when you're not honest with yourself? What happens? How does that look when you're
you end
not?
up getting your feelings hurt. You
Mhm.
end up chasing your tail. You end up on some emotional roller coaster where, he gives you just enough to keep
Bread,
that carrot in front of your face to keep you on
breadcrumb.
that hamster wheel. Yeah. And you end up looking like a fool in the end if you don't realize that this ain't going nowhere and walk away. You
Mm.
know, and honest with yourself to the point where you're saying, I know how this started. I know when we began this relationship, this situationship, we said we were just gonna be, this. It was cool. And we were just gonna kick it. We were gonna see each other when we see each other. We're gonna link up when we link up. And we'll still be getting to know each other, because I want to know you, but this is not a committed relationship. This is not nothing that we're gonna say is serious. But at some point in time, you got to be honest enough to say, you know what? It's been 6 months, and I'm starting to develop some feelings for you.
Yeah.
Time we're spending together, like I feel like I'm becoming emotionally invested, And I know that this is not the way this situation started out. So I know you may not even be emotionally available for me like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just end this and, maybe walk away from it, because I don't want to put on any unwarranted expectations on you, because that's not what you got into this, anticipating. That's not what you came in this game for. But, and I don't want to change the rules on you in the middle of the game.
Not in the
You
ninth
know?
inning.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bow out gracefully. But on the other hand, you got some women who maybe that's for another conversation.
I'd like to have it now. Like, I ain't gonna lie, because I know where you going. You have some other women who will lie to themselves. Like, he ain't
Mhm.
got to lie to her. She will lie to herself,
Yeah.
like towards where that relationship or situationship is headed. I can
Yeah.
see we'll be married in a year.
Yeah.
He loves me. He took me to meet his mom.
Mhm. 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 Right. That part. That part.
Mom was at the
I met
park.
his friends.
His
So
mom
this
was at
must
the
mean
park.
something, right? That's got to mean something.
His mom was at the park.
Absolutely nothing.
His mom was at the park. They were driving by, and he was like, "Ooh, there go my mom.
Yeah.
Let's stop." And that'll be I met his mom.
Yeah. He introduced me to his mother.
His boy stopped by to grab the basketball that they left at the Y the other day. You answer the door.
He
I
introduced me
know
to
all
his
his friends.
friends.
I know all
How
his friends.
how did he introduce you to his friends? Did he say, "This my old lady? This my woman?
Mm,
This my
mm.
friend?"
That friend word is dangerous.
Mhm.
Dangerous. Because and I mean from either party, because
Yeah.
there are some women that'll be like, "This is my friend."
Yeah.
And he over there like, "Well, wait a minute. I just paid the water bill. I cut the lawn. I changed all the light bulbs in the ceiling, and
Yeah.
I'm just your friend." And reverse, like she'll be on social media, "My man, my man, my man."
Uh-huh.
And he
Uh-huh.
like, "That's just my homegirl." Wait a minute, what?
He said that's his friend.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And you out here representing him. You thinking you representing him. You thinking that you representing that man. And that man out here calling you his friend,
You his homegirl.
his homegirl. Nah, we just friends. We
Mm,
just
mm,
friends.
mm. What do you think the first sign of a situationship is? Like you're involved in something, and what would scream loud to you to say, this is not heading where I'm going, this is gonna end up somewhere I don't want to be. I didn't come here for a situationship.
Wait a minute. What's the first sign? But
Yeah.
you in a situationship. You- And how do you not how do you not know from the beginning that you in a situationship?
They because like you said, they get in these conundrums thinking that they can change a person's mind. And that go male or female, not one over the other. Like sometimes I feel like women are the most victimized in the situation
Uh-huh.
era, but it can really go either way. We set some ground rules, and maybe I spent the night, and spending the night was crossing the line. Big Brother Soul, I will never get enough of it. He said, "Oh no, sis, they can't stay tonight." And I said, "You know what? You goddamn right, Big Brother Soul."
Mm.
Because that changes the rules of
Right.
engagement
Right. Right. Right.
when we waking up and having coffee together.
Yeah. Because now it's no longer a situationship. Now you're mirroring a relationship.
And
And there's some things that come along with having a relationship, because that differs from a situationship.
yeah,
And there
absolutely.
are certain things that you should not be giving, or people should not be obligated to, when this is just a situation.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
And
not relation.
what I'll say is it's not always unintentional that
Yeah.
things like because some situationships start out as situationships and move and groove their way into a relationship, and that's not a bad thing.
No.
But if it's a situationship, and if one or the other parties have said, like, a relationship is not what I want,
Mhm.
you gotta learn how to play fair within the
Yes.
confines of
Yes.
what you signed up for.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
I agree. If you go into it, both of y'all knowing, but over here, we're both saying we want a situationship, but deep inside that that's not what you really want.
okay, so is the problem the situationship or is the problem the expectations
The
inside?
problem is your expectation.
It's
The
always
problem the problem is you not being honest with yourself, knowing that this is what you really want. That you don't want to be his situation. He don't want to be your situation, but he's willing to take that chance or take that risk of being that in hopes that later on it could be something more.
yeah,
Some
that's
people are out here so lonely that they feeling like I'll take that. I'll take whatever you give me
half
to
a man
not be by myself.
half a man is better than no man.
I never sang that part. Betty Wright said that. Having
Now,
a piece of man is better than having no man at all.
you
And I
skip
love
over
that song. That's my home girl. We both from Miami, Florida. But baby, I ain't singing that part, Betty. I'm too
alright,
selfish for that.
so, like, I know I've been in some situationships. I'm
Uh-huh.
sure you have experienced
Uh-huh.
one or two in your life. How do you keep it straight situationship? How do you keep it that way?
Communication.
Mhm.
We got to keep talking. And we got to keep communication and honesty.
Gotta
We
be
we got to go into it being honest, and we got to go into it talking so that at any point we can reevaluate the situation,
mhm,
to
mhm.
say that maybe something has changed or maybe I don't want to do this no more, and please, like, ladies, if you don't want to do it no more, don't do it no more.
Yeah, just don't. Just
Don't.
don't. Be
Don't
done.
stay for whatever all these other reasons you make up in your head
Mm,
about why you think you should stay there.
yeah.
No, if this situationship is no longer serving you, sir, walk away.
My other girlfriend say to me, "You really don't deal with him no more." Well, that's what I told you. I wasn't going to it, and I'm not.
Right.
I know, like, my word has to. I think, to speak to honesty, your word has to be your bond. Period. Like,
Mhm.
you
Uh-huh.
find yourself eating words that you spit out and can't stand on. And
Right. Right.
I don't like eating my words, so I
Mm-mm.
try to stand on business. I try to stand on business. If
Mm-mm.
we go out, if we start coloring outside of the lines, let's have a conversation. Okay, so I noticed on page 7, we were coloring the dog, and it looks like you got some brown outside where it should be green.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean? Because if it only means that you meant to stay in the brown and mistakenly went out into the green,
Right.
that's something that we can change, reroute.
Uh-huh.
But if you were coloring brown and it get more green and less brown, what are you asking me for right now?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you asking me for? Let me
Yeah.
see if I have the capacity. Imma tell you,
Where's this going?
here's a little secret. Here's a little secret. Here's a little secret. And I'm working on it, but I ain't worth a good goddamn right now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, I don't only person that I mean well is myself.
Right.
And perhaps that's selfish. I'm okay with that.
You're in that era.
Yeah,
Yeah, that phase.
I'm super okay with that.
Absolutely.
But I'm
And any good woman worth her weight in anything in gold has had that phase,
yeah, yeah, I'm not worth a good goddamn right now.
where
Now
you're focused on you.
here's the thing though. I'm still me. Like,
Yeah,
rhythm is a certain way. Rhythm presents a certain way. She
yeah,
speaks a certain way. But I said what I said.
yeah.
I'm not going to send no mixed messaging, but anything I say to you, you have to consider from the space of she is not looking for anything serious right now.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, she want to hang out.
Right.
She needs a companion. Sex is a big thing because I don't know a woman who want to be on 6, 7
Right.
leaders at a
Right.
time.
Right.
So
Right.
you create space for yourself in there, and
Mhm.
I don't care what is said after the agreement until I
Right.
say, "Hey, the agreement is changing." The agreement is still the agreement.
Agreement. Right.
I there is intimacy
It's a
within
contract.
situations. It is, and
Right.
read the fine print.
Yeah.
Read the fine print.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I don't
Came
know.
into this because the situationship is low pressure, it's
Mhm,
convenient, you
mhm.
know, but a lack of communication or a fear of commitment, or feelings develop, all that uncertainty that can change the game. That can blow up the spot.
Have you ever, stayed in something undefined because the connection felt good?
Yeah. Yeah. Um because the connection felt good, you
Right.
know? And but that's the for me, that was the foundation of the situationship. The connection was good, you know, and it was convenient, it was low pressure. We got along well, we communicated well, like we really enjoyed each other's company.
Mhm.
But at that time I was just coming out of a 30-year marriage, and I was not about to say, "Oh, let me go jump into another marriage." I'm being intentional about this dating because I want to be married again. I've been with my husband since I was 17, 18 years old.
Mhm.
So the last thing I wanted to do coming out of that was try to figure out somebody else. Baby, this is like where you are now. This is my time. This is where I'm figuring me out. This is
That's it.
where I'm doing what I want to do with who I want to do with it. I mean, do it with. And I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
Not worth a good goddamn. Y'all should
Here
hear me.
for a good time, not a long time.
Great woman, but I'm just definitely not at this time worth a good
Yeah,
god
yeah. It doesn't change who I am at my core,
time.
you know, doesn't change who I am at all. And nine times out of 10, 9.999 times out of 10, um, in those situationship, it was that gentleman that wanted to change the game, wanted to change the rules, and I'm like,
We gotta talk about that. We
yeah,
gotta
you knew what it was when you got here.
did, my
They're accustomed to women saying they want one thing, but
and
desiring something else. So they
not
think all
even
women want the same thing. And it
that
really takes a man by surprise when you tell him, no, 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 I wasn't playing with you. I wasn't joking. Like, that
fast
wasn't a ploy,
deep
to get you over here. No, you
mm-mm.
came willingly, but I don't know what you thought.
So when you talk about stuff like connection, that connection sometimes comes with chemistry and passion and this intensity that is sometimes convolutes people's mind, right? They're thinking like, this is so hot and heavy. This feels so good. We get along. We're like electric,
Uh
but
huh.
it's short lived. Like the term that I usually use is implode. That type of connection will implode once it's reaching its peak from hello.
Uh huh.
So, how much further does it have to go before it just goes boom? Those type of connections aren't sustained
Uh huh.
in the space of situationship. Like,
Right.
it
Right.
feels good, it smells good, it tastes good. I can have as much of it as I want, but before you know it, you fool.
Right, right, right. Some people, like, I know me, I bore easily, you know. So I'm getting out of this situation what I want out of this situation. I
Mm,
already know going in, once I get to know that person, that um I don't want you entirely. Like, there's some parts about you that I can't even stand. Like, there's parts about you that I can only take so much of, you know.
dose in
Right.
doses.
Small doses.
Mhm,
Like, I don't
mhm.
wanna talk on the phone with you for like a long period of time because the conversation goes nowhere. Like you can't converse your way out of a wet paper bag. But there's other attributes, you
Mhm,
know,
mhm.
that in those situations overshadow the fact that you can't converse, you
Yeah,
know. So you would never be somebody that I would want to have a serious relationship
yeah,
with
I wouldn't take
because
it seriously.
I need that. Like that's something that I need. This is a necessity for me. So yeah, it gives what it gives until it don't.
So I'm sure that loneliness plays a part in some of these situationships. Um, doesn't have to, right?
Uh-huh.
If you're feeling like if you're feeling like you have a need, like an itch that has to be scratched, scratch the itch.
Uh-huh.
But if you're looking for something that is more intentional,
Mhm.
don't go looking for attention.
Right. Right.
You can't
Right.
find it there. You
Right.
can't
Right.
find it there.
Right. I I think that when you mention loneliness, that in itself, loneliness is like a fear-based motivator,
Mm.
you know,
Mm,
that for the fear of being alone, I'm just going to attach myself to somebody because
mm,
I don't want to be alone. That's one of those things that we definitely have to work on, you know, as individuals where we're okay with being by ourselves because being okay with being by yourself allows you the space and the time to be selective, to be choosy.
mm.
To be choosy.
Oh,
You're so choosy. Choosy lover. What the
God,
Isaac brothers? Uh,
um,
you
sorry. Go ahead.
you could be a you could be a choosy lover. So that loneliness creates like desperate or like what do you call it, survival syndrome, or it's survival driven, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
I need somebody and I don't want to give anybody that much control where you're you're feel mm, where you're there because you know that about me.
yeah,
I know she
yeah.
don't wanna be by herself. I know she don't wanna be lonely because that allows a space for somebody to take advantage of you
Or
also.
tolerate you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't never wanna be tolerated.
No, no,
Never
thank
wanna be tolerated. And
thank you.
you'll do it just for that social connection, to have somebody to talk to all the time or to, you know, have somebody in your space all the time because again, you're not accustomed to
Yeah, make a
being
friend. Make a friend. You don't just
pick up
make
a
a
hobby. Go study for something, you
crochet.
know?
Go crochet. Crocheting is very, very fucking relaxing. And I also think it's worth saying that you talked about people attaching
Uh-huh.
to something over
Mhm.
not having anything.
Mhm.
Learn what your attachment style is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you know what your attachment style is, you can kind of see ahead of, like,
Mhm.
you can see the forest for the trees
Right.
when you know how you attach. And it's a great way to be accountable to yourself. Like if you
Mhm.
see you moving in the direction of your attachment style, if it's not like a secure, anything outside of a secure attachment style, there is
Right.
work to be done for the individual. Same thing for men. I think
Mhm.
if they don't know what their attachment style is, they should be interested because
Right.
you attract what you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can kind of stop some things before they happen. I think we just need to get in a better space of, and I'm only speaking about my community now because you know that's who I know better. We need to get in a space where we are having these conversations, void of all of the emotion that can be inside.
Right. Right.
Let's
Definitely.
let's not talk 50, let's not have 50-50 conversations. Let's not have what you bring to the table conversations. Talk about how you be who you be.
Yeah.
And then there is some understanding to come from that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There is some,
Absolutely.
I think the biggest thing in single black men and women dating is that people are so committed to misunderstanding.
Mhm.
And so that's how men become not shit. That's how we have come to the conversations of women are black women specifically are takers and they're not looking to give. But if we're having the right conversations, like it's some understanding that can be found there.
Mhm. Mhm. You
But
have people out here who feel like being in this situationship that they don't even want to be in feels safer than being alone.
mm, all right, take you out of it. Take you out of it, rhythm.
Yeah,
Situations.
not you. I ain't talking about you, friend.
Got you. I'm trying to get there. I'm digging deep. I'm digging deep right
Yeah.
now. Situationships feeling safer than being alone. I mean, so here's the thing. I would
Mhm.
agree with it as
Mhm.
long as if you signed up for a situationship and you walk away from it as a situationship, it's clean.
Mhm.
But if you're talking about you don't want to be lonely because you want a relationship when all you have is a situationship, you are setting yourself up.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with it, that you're settling, for a situationship when you know you want a relationship, but this is better than just being by myself, you
Mhm,
know?
mhm,
So again, having to reassess that fear-driven, um motivator. Like, why are you doing that? Where is this going?
hmm,
So I
hmm.
don't know. Is clarity something that people actually want? You think do do people really want clarity, you know, um or do they sometimes avoid it because they already know the answer?
I think that's a two-sided coin, right?
Uh-huh.
Think when people assume, right? You make an ass
Uh-huh.
of you and me. That's number one. So if you're not able to have those conversations in those spaces where shit starts to look a little blurry to get
Uh-huh.
some clarity,
Uh-huh.
then you could very well avoid it because you fear what's on the other side of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Protection, of course it can. Of course
Mhm.
it can. But it also could be someone else who is not wanting to step out of the bounds of the situationship, the rules that y'all made, and maybe they just waiting for you to stick their toe in so he can stick his toe in, and now we both in the pool.
Uh-huh.
So if ever in doubt, ask a clarifying question.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're still on the same page, or see if the needle has moved some. Um, See if the needle has moved some and see where you go from there. Because I definitely believe that healthy relationships can come from situations.
Situationships. Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very,
Absolutely. Because you may be, and you both may be at a certain stage in your life when you start into the situationship. But depending on how long the situationship lasts, it may develop into something more because now you're at another phase in your life where now you feel like you're ready for something different.
yeah,
When you came into it, this was all you wanted. And, that was good enough for that space that you were in, that place you were in your life. And then again, life goes on and people change and grow. There's a song right there.
yeah. I think we should build on it. Let's build on it.
But yeah, so I get that, generally, they want the stability and the purpose that clarity, can provide, but avoid it sometimes because it might be uncomfortable, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And sometimes you just have to be willing to be uncomfortable in order to get clarity, you
yeah.
know.
I would say that a situationship done well, not a situationship done right.
Mhm.
Situationship done well could lead to a friendship.
Mhm.
Before you know it, we had one thing going on, but shit, now we friends.
Yeah, yeah.
He has shown that he has care for me. I have shown that I have care for him. Our conversations are coloring outside of the lines now. And
Mhm.
maybe what we thought we had or what we thought we were doing stops, and we're now more interested in the friendship.
Right, right, right.
It's absolutely it's absolutely possible. I think people just need to be careful. Know what you're signing up for.
Know what you're signing up for.
Know the possible outcomes, all of them, and
Yeah,
be
yeah.
comfortable with all of them.
Yeah, frequently reassess the situation, even if it's just from your perspective,
Right.
you know, just continue to reassess as you move forward, and
Mhm.
that'll help avoid a bunch of pitfalls, you know. Because I think sometimes going back to that delusion, we tell ourselves, we'll lie to ourselves even when the truth will do, you know. So
Yeah.
we see that in other people, that other people will lie, but some of us will lie to ourselves. So how much responsibility do you think falls on the individual, like that wants more,
Mm.
and stays anyway? You want more, you
No,
know, and you
listen,
in that situation and you stay anyway.
Zora Neale Hurston, she's
Uh-huh.
an authoress. She says, "If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it.
I heard that. I heard that.
If you stay anywhere too long, yearning for something different
Mhm.
and not doing anything about it, they will kill you and say that you enjoyed it."
Right.
And I'm not saying that all the time that you have to be verbal. Removing
Yeah.
yourself from a situation is incredible
Yeah.
verbal communication.
Right. Right.
Everything don't have to be discussed,
Right. Right.
especially if the other participant isn't willing. But if you see you falling and you having these conversations that are falling on deaf ears
Mhm. Mhm.
about how you feel and your feelings aren't being acknowledged, your feelings aren't being discussed or considered,
Right.
and you stay anyway, we show people how to treat us.
Right, right, right. You have to be working to change the dynamic. You got to be doing the work to know what you want, what you don't want, and at any time you can decide. You could decide to choose to leave and find your fulfillment elsewhere. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Imma
if you
let
stay, then you responsible for your own discomfort.
100%,
You are
100%.
totally responsible for your own needs not being met, because you already see what this is. You already know what this is. He already told you what this is. He didn't have to tell you. He's shown you. He's shown you with his actions. He's shown you consistently.
I've
He's shown
seen
you with his
I've
inconsistently, with his inconsistency. He's shown you consistently what he about and what he's not about. Or she, can be doing the same thing. She just dragging you along, baby. She reel you in. And every time you get ready to walk away, she pretend that there's more going to be more commitment. Yes, I
Yep,
want you. I
yep.
want this. Blah 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 blah. But then, there's still no commitment.
At the end of the day gotta fucking end. At the end of the day, they
At
gotta
the end of the day, at some point, I want to get out. Get me
there was
out.
there was another very, very intelligent, I'm full of cliches today, but Maya Angelou say, "When a person shows you who they are,
Uh-huh.
believe them."
Believe them.
I'm
Believe
not
them.
going back and forth when you show me who you are. I'm not gonna try to negotiate who you show me you are. Imma believe you.
I'm not gonna try to change who you show me.
None of that, none of
Yeah,
that. Imma believe you and Imma move accordingly. So
that's it. That's what's gonna happen.
would that be considered the emotional maturity, what emotional maturity looks like, when that type of connection is not progressing? Just saying, "You can't do this to me," or "I can't, because here's the accountability. I can't keep doing this to me."
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Absolutely. You said emotional maturity.
Mhm.
Hmm. I think emotional maturity is coming to the realization that you can't control what somebody else does and does not do, and their capacity for commitment.
Mm-hmm.
you know you don't get to decide that for somebody else. You can only decide that for you. And I think that takes some emotional maturity, to take your feelings out of it, your emotions out of it, and see it logically for what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Not what you want it to be, not
Mm.
what you hope for it to be.
What
you know
you've lied to yourself and told yourself
right.
that it is.
And you're responsible for your own happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
Mm.
unhappy in this situation because it's not what you anticipated, or that's a whole nother thing, your anticipations. Because you went into the situationship with anticipation of what, other than it being a situationship.
Right,
And
right.
now your feelings hurt because it's it's what it is, and
If
not
he
what you
hadn't-
secretly wanted.
I'm saying he, but if they haven't, with their words, deeds, and actions, create
Uh-huh.
a picture in your mind that you can see that's tangible, because they're being very intentional about how they're moving with them. But if you can't imagine a world with the two of you in it and what it looks like based on what he showed, please don't make it up.
Mhm.
Please, please don't make it up.
Yeah.
You just don't have to.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be with nobody that I had to make it up with. I'm
you-
not going to do that when I have the option to go be with somebody that I don't have to do that with.
right,
Go find
right.
that person that want to be with you the way you want to be with them. They out there, they're out
And be
there.
open to the possibility that it could be like that situation can look like something that you never even saw coming.
Something like you never even saw coming. Might just take you by surprise.
Gotta be
Yeah.
open to that. You gotta
Yeah.
be.
You got to be open to that.
I think when people are so rigid and where they've set expectations for themselves and standards
Hmm.
for themselves, you there's the potential.
Yeah.
There's potential for you to miss a wonderful thing
Yeah.
because you already have in your mind what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it could be. Just forget.
And I know for me in the past, I've had those situations. I had that situation when I decided I wanted to have another child. You
Mhm,
know, this is me having this conversation with God and telling him, what I wanted. I wanted a baby. I wanted a son. I wanted him born in this month so he can go to school during this time at this age. And this is how okay, now God, this is what I want you to do, and this is how I want you to do it.
mm.
And I don't want it to look other than nothing like this, other than what it looks like, what I'm telling you I need it to look like, so that I know it's you, you know. But needless to say, that's not how any of that worked out for me.
I got a November baby.
People, and I got a November baby.
Did not start school when she
And went
designed.
to school a whole year later because I wanted him to go to school in September. So I needed him to
Right.
be born in July,
Child,
June,
please. Child, please.
girl. And so when I got to a place where I'm telling God, like, you know what? I'm so content. I'm so content. I'm so good over here. It's so nice over here. It's so peaceful over here where I'm at. It's so I don't have to be bothered with nobody's son. You know, I'm enjoying my space. I'm enjoying just my time with
Mhm,
me and God. I'm in alignment. Things, and somebody had once told me, when God sends you somebody, it's gonna feel like an inconvenience. It's gonna feel like what are you doing here? Like, I don't even need nobody. Like, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, God, hey, come get him. Cause I ain't asked you for him. I
not
ain't
even
asked you for nothing. I'm not even praying about no man. And here he come, you know. And it did not come packaged like I thought it would be packaged. Um But let me tell you, when that box was opened, I was my mind was blown, you know,
Pleasantly surprised.
pleasantly surprised. Like, wow, I didn't know you could put this in there.
He
Yeah,
did it. He did it.
all the
And
things.
and when you're looking at that box from the outside, you like, "Yo," because that's what I've gotten to know now, this box should be overflowing, but what God did is packaged it perfectly.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was just
Mhm.
for you. It was
Right.
just for you. So,
Right.
I
Right.
can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So, situationships,
Uh-huh.
not a bad thing.
No, not
Not
bad.
managed well. Not an ideal thing if you are looking for
Or
more.
more. Right. Absolutely.
Honesty is important. Clarity is important.
Communication. Yes.
Communication is important.
Reassessment is important.
Reassessment is important.
Mhm.
So this show was not to say don't be in a situationship, but if you're going to be in a situationship at 40 plus, there is some responsibility in that, and you if it's worth the risk, it's got to also be worth the responsibility that is inside of taking a risk that way.
Absolutely.
'Cause you're only going to hurt yourself. You're
Yeah.
only, if it doesn't turn out the way that you envision, you're only going to hurt yourself. So,
Mhm.
the A word, accountability. You're gonna
Accountability.
do- Life will, if you don't do it your damn self, life absolutely will.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And I suggest you do it yourself.
Yeah, listen, because you get the dog or the dog gonna get you. Like that's the is.
I suggest you do it yourself.
Man, oh man. All right, how about we get into some Asher pads?
Let's get into some Ash or Pass. I'm here for it.
Asher pads. Let's just see where it goes.
Well, if mm, um, I'll ask you. I'll ask you. Depending on the situation, I'll definitely ask. Let's just see where it goes, you know. But I'm 9 times out of 10, I know this is supposed to be a quick fire, but 9 times out of 10, if I say let's just see where it goes, it probably ain't going nowhere. Because
Right
I
the
feel
hell. It's going right the hell.
if I just say, because you know when you interested or not,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know,
Absolutely.
like even from initial interest, you know, if you're interested or not. But yeah, I'll ask it. And then I guess you could pass on it too because you know
Well, I'm just going to smoke on it.
sometimes
I gotta smoke on it because where we going, twin?
where we going?
Answer pairs spending the holidays together, but still not officially together.
If I ain't got nowhere else to go, that's the only way that's gonna happen.
I'm open to a friendsgiving. I'm open to a friends, but I'm not going over there with Nanny,
I'm
Nana,
not going over there with them people, and I'm just your friend.
Geraldine,
That's my friend,
Aunt Geraldine. What I'm supposed to say to Aunt Geraldine?
right?
I'm in a
How
situation.
long y'all been together? How long y'all been friends?
We can go to friends. We can go to friendsgiving though.
Yeah,
Um,
Friendsgiving, Galentine, all of the things.
Asher Pairs, meeting friends, but not family.
Well, we've all friends then.
We all friends. We're
Ash
all
it.
friends. Asher Pass, being exclusive, but not calling it a relationship. Pass.
Pass. A hard pass.
Pass.
A hard
You
pass.
don't get exclusivity.
No, not when a situationship. Quit playing. You playing.
Pass.
You play too
Pass.
much.
Mm, mm, mm. I'm not. Asher Pass, a man saying, I'm not ready for commitment, but still wanting regular access. Child, the Asher Pass got me more emotional than the goddamn conversation. Um, if you're not ready for commitment, you're not ready for commitment.
If you're not ready, you're not ready.
If you
Mm-mm.
can't tell me what to do,
Then you can't tell me what to do.
But if you can tell me what to do,
But you could tell me what to do.
what to do? Ask your past, keeping your options open while emotionally investing in one person.
Uh, Keeping your options open while emotionally investing in one person. I'm not. I think I'm gonna pass on it.
Yeah,
I think
because
I'm
are
gonna pass if I'm investing emotionally in somebody else. I'm
yeah,
not gonna still be entertaining other people.
yeah, because one or two things is happening there. You're either keeping your options open
Yeah,
or you're
I'm
investing.
emotionally invested. Yeah.
I don't think both can be done. It's not a both and, it's an and or for me. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as your past, letting years, not months,
Years, baby. You heard. I heard you the first time.
letting years pass by without defining the relationship.
That's a hard pass. I'm not
Because
gonna do that.
where we going, twin?
Right, right. Because even if I mess with you for years, we've already defined it. We already know what this is.
Well,
When I come to town, every
next time I'm in the city,
time I'm in the city, I'll see you.
Asher Pass revisiting a situationship that ended once. Well, it ended for a reason.
Right. Yeah. That's on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pass.
What are we going to see?
Where we go? Where we
Right.
going, twin, is about to be our tagline.
We going to visit. We revisiting. What are we going to see? If anything changed? Like,
Maybe you want a relationship now. Maybe she want a relationship now. Asher's an influence. Where we going, twin?
where are we going?
Where we going, twin?
And you, 9 times out of 10, they out here asking people that don't know where they're going. You know, so you asking somebody who don't even know where we going. Like, what? Where we going, twin? So I'm
Let's just
following you, and you don't know where we going.
let's just be a situation. If that's what we agreed on, let's just be a situation. It's not daily, it's not consistent. It can be all the things that a
Mm-hmm.
relationship is not and still be satisfying for
Right,
the individuals.
right, 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 right.
It's the
It's
blurring of clear lines.
right, right. It's got to be clarity. It has to be
With care.
conversation and clarity. We those lines have to be drawn hard in the sand,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And again, revisit it, and there has to be that honesty, the honesty that says, like, honest with yourself to know that if things are changing for you, be honest with that individual and give them the option to make an informed decision based on
Mhm.
how you now feel and
Yep,
not how you felt in the beginning of this thing,
yep,
you
yep,
know,
yep.
because people change.
They
So,
do all the time.
yeah,
All the
and
time.
it's a what is it? It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. You
That's it.
know,
That's
that's what I heard.
it.
So
Crazy.
we have finally come to that part in the show that we like to call the final draw. Situationships are interesting because they sit right in a space between possibility and reality.
Mm,
They feel like something, but they're never quite solid. And grown women eventually learn something important about that space. Ambiguity can feel comfortable for a while, it can feel exciting, it can feel even intimate,
mm,
but clarity, even when it's uncomfortable, is where respect actually lives.
yeah.
So if you're in something undefined, maybe the real question isn't where is this going? Like we said, where we going to end? It's
Right.
really not
Right.
where is this going. Maybe the question is, am I okay staying right here if it never changes?
My God.
This has been Ashes and Influence, where we light the conversation, let the truth burn, and see what's left in the ashes. Because sometimes what burns away isn't connection, it's the illusion
Or the delusion.
or the delusion. So until next time, keep your circle solid, your standards high, and your influence intentional.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.